Okay. Here we go. Get your arms ready. Happy Thursday. Good to see you. Good to see you. Anytime I wave on here, it almost starts my day like, all right, now we're ready to go. We're ready to go. It's going to be a good day. Um, so blessed, so much to be thankful for and grateful for. And one of those big grateful things is you guys. The word for today is organize. Organize. Now, I might have chose this word because I am feeling a little unorganized right now. Like the weeks are flying by like the speed of light, and I'm just hanging on. Like I picture myself on a bull, and my feet are flopping in the wind, just trying to stay on the bull for the ride. So there's a lot going on, and I'm so grateful for the activity, but I feel a little unorganized. Have you ever been there before? Yeah. So maybe it's your work, maybe it's your health. Have you ever felt unorganized with what you're putting in your mouth? Like, holy smokes, I have eaten 2 donuts and a gallon of ice cream in the last 3 days. Not really. But I have been there before where or even my exercise program, I feel unorganized at times, or my finances. I'm sure that's never happened to you where you're like, how did I spend? You get your credit card bill and you're like, what just happened? What just happened? So all of that it makes me feel unorganized. So I thought, well, let's study the word. Let's dive into the word. If you look at organize, it's arrange into a structured whole. Order, like preparation. And I always tell people, whatever your profession is, I say I work from home, I work from anywhere, but if I want to get organized in my profession, I clean my desk off. I set my desk up and it looks clean, right? I get my sticky notes ready to go. I do all these things and it starts to bring my energy level up to being able to create activity with organization. Okay. Or I create a spreadsheet like this morning. We have a report now, a new report called Striking Distance Report. And so this morning I took that striking distance report and uploaded it or downloaded it, if you will, into a spreadsheet. And I instantly felt organized because I identified some key people on my team that are points away from reaching the next rank. And so guess who I'm going to work with over the next 2 days? Those people. And they're people that enrolled them. So my point being is organization is a beautiful thing. And when you're unorganized, it makes you feel in disarray, but you can quickly get organized. Same way with my health. Sometimes I'll go out of town and I will start putting bad food in my body. Like it's just hard to keep the regiment when you're out of town. But as soon as I get away from being out of town, I got to snap my fingers, hit the reset button and go, okay, I'm going to go shop for the right food, going to put the right food in my refrigerator, and I'm back on track now. I'm back on track. I was off for 2 days. Now I'm back on track rather than spiraling out of control with being unorganized. So I just wanted to share that with you because here's the thing. Here's a quote I found. Benjamin Franklin once said, for every minute spent organizing, an hour is earned. An hour is earned for every minute spent organizing, getting set up, getting prepared. Now, you can't spend your whole life organizing, right? You got to take action. But once you get things set, you're more inspired to go. So here's where I went. I'm going to turn it to Andrea. Being organized offers enormous help in our life. Number one, it makes us more efficient. We get more done in 24 hours in the day when we're organized. Number two, it is proven to reduce stress. People that are organized or get their situation organized in their health and their finances and their job, guess what they are? They're less stressed. Number three, it improves productivity. It makes us take action more. It makes us operate at a higher efficiency level. Number four, it enhances decision making. Being organized just makes us make better decisions, right? When I'm unorganized, I'm eating bad. When I'm organized, I'm focused, I'm eating better, I'm headed down the right track in my own health journey. Financial management. When we're organized, we're making better financial decisions. When I'm running all over the place, I'm just waving the credit card, like, woo, woo, woo. And then when it comes in, I'm like, what just happened? But when I'm organized, I'm more out to think about the purchases I'm making. And then last, when I'm organized, when I get up at 4:30 in the morning, I go to the gym, I walk slowly into my day. I've got things situated. I got a to-do list. I know what I'm going to accomplish. My relationships in my inner circle are so much better. I'm less snappy. I'm less irritable. I'm a better human to be around. Can you relate to that? So my challenge to you and to me is, if you're feeling unorganized in an area of your life, take a few minutes to pause, get organized, get your thoughts collected, get your things down that you need, clean off your desk, and then get ready to run. Okay. Andrew, I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson this morning. And man, I need this. So this was a great word for me because I am feeling a little disorganized. So I loved your sound effects with the spending. You're like, yeah. So definitely have been there when you see the credit card, definitely been there when I've seen my kitchen. And so the quote that I found is, getting organized is a sign of self-respect. And that's Gabby Bernstein. And it's interesting to put it that way, because you think about how many times, at least in my life, that I have been disrespectful to Andrea because I am wide open and not organized at all. So what I looked into is how to develop and use strong organizational skills. So how can we get more organized when we're feeling a little all over the place? So first of all, and Coach already talked about it with his desk, but create that clean slate, purge, dump out. Oh, this is my favorite when I do this. Delete all those emails. Like, I'm never going to read them. I don't know why I even have an email account. You guys know this. If you try to email me, I'm like, oh, I'll see you next year. Maybe. Like, I just need to delete them all, but I keep them just in case. I'm never going to look at them. It's never going to happen. But purge your email. Go through your house and clean up all the extra stuff that's just slowing you down mentally. Clean up your workspace. I love when I've got a clean desk. Or, I'll tell you this one. Tracy Turnberg once took a picture of my desktop, like my actual computer desktop, and I've never been so ashamed. It's so nice when it's clean and organized and, just beautiful. Also, clean up those unhealthy relationships. Get rid of stuff that doesn't serve you so that you can focus on what does. Next is identify the goals that you want to meet. What do you want? What do you want at home? What do you want at work? What do you want in your relationships? So to know what we are going to organize, we have to first figure out what we want. So for example, if I want to play with my kids more, then I need to organize my day in order to have more time for fun. I need to have my home set up so that it fosters that. Like, maybe we have, room for our living room dance parties, or a budget so we can go on more adventures. Like, if that's what's important to me, I need to organize that into my life. And number 3 is to build that to-do list. So for those goals, come up with some action items and prioritize each task. So if my goal right now is focused around my health, and I want to make sure that we're moving into, quote, flu season and, all of that. If I want to make sure that my body is strong enough to manage it, what in my to-do list can I do to create that health? So, what supplements do I need to make sure are in my home? how do I need to prioritize moving my body? How do I need to prioritize sleep? So build that to-do list so that I'm organized to create that health and keep that health throughout the winter. Delegate. Number 4 is delegate. Anybody else really bad at this? Like, I am me and Anita, we're going to hang out together and not delegate. We're going to be so busy. We're just going to run around in circles. Like, I have the hardest time delegating. I'm like, no, I got this. I got this. I got this. Might be a control issue. But if your goal doesn't include being the world's best laundress, like if you're like, you know what I want in my life? I want to be like an excellent ironer, like that's what I want to excel at. Well, then figure out a way to hand off that laundry to somebody else. Figure out how to get some of those things that aren't moving you, moving the needle, as Coach would say, find a way to delegate it. Number 5 is to map an outline of your day. Figure out what your ideal day is, and then plan for it. And we all know, like, something's going to happen. All I can think of is the dog throwing up on the carpet. And that's the worst thing I could have said. So sorry, guys. It just couldn't stop coming out of my mouth. But we're always going to have that hiccup. You're going to get a flat tire, or you're going to get a phone call you didn't expect, or maybe you expected 10 minutes for it and it takes an hour. And that's okay. We can be flexible in our plan. But map out what you want the ideal day to look like, so you know what your goal is, so you know that you can move towards that. Number 6, if we want to be more organized, we have to plan or reward ourselves for it. So when you have organization in your life, when you're on track, when you're doing things that you want to be doing and you're setting yourself up appropriately, give yourself a pat on the back. Find a way to reward yourself. So maybe it's that you use some of that block of time that you saved to sit down and watch the birds, hang out at the bird feeder, or that you get to have that donut that Coach was talking about. I don't know, but find a way to reward yourself when you're doing things that are a little bit harder and, a little bit more dedicated. And then lastly, if you want to be more organized, maintain a healthy work-life balance. And you guys have heard me say this before. I always hear Tony Robbins in my head that says balance is BS. And I don't know how to do this, but I'll tell you, if this is something that you struggle with, focus here. Maybe plan in your day a little bit more life and a little bit less work when you can, or when you're mapping out that day, and you've got 6 Zooms, well, map the break in between so that your eyes aren't crossing for the next one. But just find a way to put it into your schedule so that you have a more organized day. So that's where I went this morning. I don't have a lot of advice on number 7, but I'll figure it out. And Diane did tell Hill he's not allowed to do the laundry. So Diane, you harmed yourself with that one. You got to teach him how to do the laundry. Life would be better. So that's what I got for you.
That was great word for today. Great word, at least for me. I'm being selfish. I needed that word. So
me too.
Guys, have a great Thursday. We'll see you back tomorrow to finish out the week. We love you.
Thank you.